Alright, I was gonna have a theory video, but I'm going to turn this into another mini stories. Welcome to Mini Stories Pokemon Sun and Moon Episode 2. It's been like 2 weeks since I did a mini story. But we have to go back. We have to go way back to first generation of the games. Alright. Whatever happened to Red? Well, I'll tell you what happened. Red, he kept on catching Pokemon obsessively. That's all he cared about, is obsessively catching Pokemon and completing the Pokédex and finding every Pokemon he can. But, on a side note, for a very short time before he headed to the Alola region, he went home to Kanto. Alright, and what did he do in Kanto? Well, he met a fabulous, gorgeous woman, as we will call her, your Pokemon Sun and Moon mom. That's right. Red is the father of Sun. But let's get through the story, right? They meet, he goes to Alola, right? Later down the line, she has a kid while Red is away, right? Now, Red is who knows where. Like, he hasn't talked to her in months. He keeps the contact. He's sending letters still. And, right. He explained the Alola. He explained the whole Alola region, how beautiful it is. That interests your mom. So, years later, she moves out to the Alola region. You two fly out there or ferry your way out. However you get from Kanto to Alola. Alright. Alright, so while you're out there, you eventually receive a letter that your mom and you moved in, and you receive a Greninja who can turn into Ash Greninja. But the thing is, the problem with the Ash Greninja in the games is Ash isn't in the games, which was a lot of doubt that Greninja wouldn't even get into the games. But the thing is, if you don't remember, Ash and Red are parallel to each other. They're the exact same person besides the personality. The only difference is Ash is the Red version in the anime and Red is video games only. The only thing separating them is that they exist in video game world, anime world. And besides, Red is like 100 times better and actually wins his battles and actually becomes Pokemon champion, unlike Ash. But yeah, let's get back to the point. Alright, so basically your Greninja is not Ash Greninja like Red. The Pokemon company's not going to tell you that. It's actually Red Greninja. So, kudos. Now, let's get to the point. But why would Red randomly send a Greninja? Well, that's because Red is probably in Kalos, actually. Now, what's he doing in Kalos? No idea, but unlikely. He probably encountered a Froakie on his journey. He probably used it to battle. It evolved into a Greninja. And, he started, really, awakening its powers, but he can never fully do it, So what he decides to do is, send it to his son, who is, son in the demo. And from there on, because how else, it says if you create a powerful bond, you'll unlock the power. Like, how would Red know that unless he's done it himself, right? So, voila. Red and Sun are related. Father and son. Yeah, So, but what about the mom? Who is the mom? Is it Shauna? No, but most likely probably related to Shauna in some way and probably originated in Kalos. She probably lived in Kalos, moved to Kanto. Like, that's how, everything Pokemon starts. Everyone is from somewhere else. If you live in Kanto, most likely you came from Johto, and you live in Johto, you probably came from Kalos, and it's like someone exists from the generation before it. People in Johto go to Kanto, people in Kalos are from Johto. It's just a lot of confusing. Like, you're like moving from there. But these guys are moving straight from Gen 1 all the way to Gen 7. So, which is crazy if you think about it. So basically you're using someone from Kanto again in Sun and Moon. Way to pay respects to the game. Not only that, you get to catch mostly the original Pokemon and Pokemon Sun and Moon Alolan forms, which are basically, they have to be more powerful, otherwise how can you be thriving in Alola? When you thrive, it means you're doing better than the original. So as far as the stats go, they would have to be stronger than the original Pokemon. If it's an Alolan form, like Kangaskhan, I don't believe that has an Alolan form, but it should be an Alola. But yeah. So it wouldn't be surprising if some Pokemon actually got weaker living in Alola because they're not adapting, unlike other Pokemon are. Other Pokemon are sitting back, getting stronger, like Executor, Grimer, Muck, while other Pokemon just stay constant, they stay the same, they don't grow. And because of that constant not growing, if you don't grow, you can only get weaker. So that would explain why, not only to nerf Kangaskhan for the reason of making Megas so not overpowered, but it would also make sense climate wise, if you catch my drift. So that is mostly it for the red side of the story, and mostly it for the mom side of the story, because most likely she wasn't too much into becoming a Pokemon champion. Other than that, she enjoyed catching Pokemon side by side with Red for a short while. Now her relations to Shauna, well, most likely she's related to her in some way. I mean, they're not just going to make her look like Shauna for no reason. Now, is it Shauna? I don't think so, but it's most likely a cousin or something. Because Shauna herself she's probably from Alola, moved to Kalos. So that would explain why she would look like that girl, because most likely Shauna is actually from Kanto and moved to Kalos. It can get really confusing, but now let's get to Sun, where Red's story ends in Alola. Most likely your story will begin as Sun. Alright, so you go through, you're going to be Sun, you're going to catch lots of extraordinary Pokemon, fight Ultra Beast, and you just got the whole world ahead of you to be the best that there ever was. The chosen trainer of Alola. And what I mean by that, by going through the island trials, which are going to seem a little crazy. We got to experience something similar to the island trials in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now, the demo didn't give you any Pokeballs, so I'm curious if you can actually catch a Pokemon during the trial. Like, you were snapping pictures of Jangmo-O and Hakamo-O and stuff like that. Like, if I have Pokeballs on me, can I catch them? That's all I really want to know about. Apparently, the Ultra Beasts are catchable though, which is cool. And there's 7 of them or something, 7 or 8 of them. So that's cool too. But I am staying spoiler free. That's all I know. I don't know what the rest of the Ultra Beasts look like. I only know the original 3 that were revealed, and I plan on staying that way. Well, I know what a Alolan Persian looks like, but I think Alolan Persian was pretty obvious. If you think Alolan Meowth was going to revert back to Persian, well, no. But let's say stay all spoiler free. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was rumored that there were 8 Ultra Beasts anyways, but I think it's actually lower than that. I don't know if that's going to be the final or not. I just know what I hear because I'm staying spoiler free. I don't know about y'all, but hey. All right, that is all for my little mini story I got here. I know not as good as the Titan No story in my book. I don't know. Tell me what you think, but I'm going to go be out. I got more content to work on. Plus, I got wrestling news to do. There's just tons of stuff coming your way next week. As of, I've been pretty busy lately. Took a little vacation. But I promise that we were back full in prime time starting Monday morning. So, is what it is. Peace.